Hello guys, and welcome to part 2 of the F1 2016 live career mode being streamed on YouTube and also on Twitch as well. Welcome guys to the race side of things for the Singapore Grand Prix, and this should be quite fun, but not really because it's going to be quite a long one, I'm not going to lie. But anyway, we are here for the race side of things, and thank you so much to everyone that watched the qualifying stream that happened in literally about a few minutes ago, so it's always nice to see on there. So if you did not see the qualifying stream, we're in P14, lads, so not where we want to be, but we were the only ones on Super Softs. Everyone else just trolled me and went on Ultras and were quicker than me. Just can't really do anything. If we were on the Ultras, we would have got maybe a second and we would have been in Q3, but it is what it is. But it means we have a nice selection of tyres to start on, and I think you guys know where I want to be on there, as Nick's trolling me once again. But before we go into this, guys, I just want to quickly make a few announcements. If you did not see the qualifying stream, we have now officially got our own Discord channel, Discord server for Ryan L83, and it's a great channel server. You can talk to me. I am on there quite religiously now. We've got loads of different channels that you can discuss career mode aspects, Nations Cup, F1 discussions, motorsport, general, anything that you want, guys, is in that Discord. And there's voice channels as well where you can talk to me with your microphone if you want to. And I'm hosting a very little tasty, cheeky little Q&A style conference call after this stream, after the race, where you guys can discuss with myself about the race, how you think it went well, what bits went wrong for me in the strategy or setup work, or what you think I should do for the next race as well. And we'll go over once again the plans I have lined up for the channel as well. So if you want to see some exclusive content, guys, being revealed, then make sure to go to Discord right now. Well, get yourself ready, or at some point at the end of the stream, the mods will post the Discord in as well if you want to join as well. And we've got quite a lot of people in there already, which is quite fantastic to see from the support on this. So it is great to see. But in terms of the stream, we are now back on Twitch as well, which is absolutely fantastic. And yeah, we will be doing that, Kevin. That's the strategy I am going with. So Hypno, it's in the YouTube chat, but I will post it to you in a... I don't know how I'm going to do this, actually. I don't have Discord. If someone has Discord, can you send the link, invite them to this one, please? I can't do it at the minute. But what was I going to say? The career mode aspects, guys. This is the last season of career mode for a little bit. I am going to be taking a break from the live stream career mode stuff to focus a lot on the Nations Cup, which is going to be very exciting for me to do, and that will start the day after the last race in Abu Dhabi. So it's a little mini series that's going to just take a little bit of time, and I want to try and do a little bit of, you know, something a bit different. But the streams will still continue, guys, do not worry. I have got some other stuff lined up to stream in the future, so do not panic. But the career mode, for this start of career mode, will be back near the end of the game life cycle, as I have got something lined up in the works that I want to do. And there may be an extra season as well that I am doing in real life that I'm planning to do, COF 2017 mod. So we'll see if that lines up with a mod that I found as well that I'm going to do a video on for Sunday. So we'll see how that pans out there. But make sure, guys, to like the stream, subscribe on YouTube if you haven't already, if you want to see more content. The more likes we get on the stream, the more it makes me want to deliver more content for you guys. So if you want more of this, then let me know. And what you want improving on the series as well by going to the Discord as well. On Twitch, it's great to see you guys again. It has been a few races since the last time we did both YouTube and Twitch. Basically, Restream is now fixed, and I can now do both again, which is good for you guys. And you guys get 20 seconds ahead of YouTube, so you guys get that sort of nice thing as well. And all you got to do, guys, if you like what you see, smash the follow button if you want more content on the channel. So on this, so we're going to kick things off then with this episode, and should be quite good. And also as well, quickly, on YouTube side of things, in the top right hand corner of the screen there's an eye where you can vote for the viewer interaction makes its return to the series. And basically it's going to be if we cease R&D. So I'll just quickly show that you guys before we go into this, guys. You know, We'll see how you get on there. And it is the cease R&D objectives. We will be doing an upgrade at the end of the race, and then that is it done. Or it may continue, we don't know. We may go for one extra cheeky upgrade. But I want you guys to look at the screen right now, think of which one we should go for, and which one will help us at the end of the season if we cease R&D. So keep your eyes out for that on there, which I'll explain in the video, which is going to happen right now. So for Twitch, you may find this a bit weird, but this is everything is for YouTube. So if you want to spam in the chat right now with hi mum and all that, so you're going to be famous on YouTube right now. So without further ado, guys, it is now time for the Singapore Grand Prix. Make sure to share the stream out as well, like the video, subscribe, leave a comment. Everything will be quite amazing. And the like target, guys, is going to be one big one. So for Singapore, as it is quite a difficult one. So without further ado, it's now time for the Singapore Grand Prix. Sit back, guys, enjoy this one, and as always, here we go, guys. So let's go. Hello everybody and welcome to the F1 2016 live career mode being streamed right now on YouTube. We are here for episode 133 of season 4. We are in the beautiful scenery in the background, as you can probably guess. We are in Singapore for the Singapore Grand Prix, and in the last 3 seasons we've had 1 win and 2 DNFs. So hopefully we can change that around, guys, in season 4. On there, in the last episode, guys, in Spa, it went pretty well, and then it just went down the in Monza. Sorry, it went up and then went down. And went down even more. So it's a bit disappointing what happened in that one. And we also have got a new rival as well for the remainder of the season, I'm going to guess. We've got Jenson Button in the McLaren. So it's an all-British rivalry for the end of the season, which is quite good. So let me know who you think is going to win this rivalry between myself and Jenson Button. In the championship, quickly we'll go through R&D in a minute. We are P9 in the Constructors, but my aim now is P6. Because I think Williams are too far ahead of us, but you never know what could happen in this championship. But in the drivers, we're P11, just outside the top 10, and my aim is to stay in that top 10, which will be fantastic for our first season in Littlemore GP, our own independent team on there. In the drivers championship, at the top of the table, Rosberg leads the way by only 30 points from Hamilton, and Max Verstappen is on the charge and is only now 36 points behind, and even his teammate as well is 51 points behind, so do not count them out as well. But let me know who you think will win the championship by leaving a comment either in the Twitch chat or in the YouTube chat right now, but it's going to get wiped, so it's a shame really about that. Now, today, guys, I want you guys to think about what upgrade you want me to go for. It could be 2 upgrades, could be just one big fat one, because this may potentially be the final upgrade we get before we cease it, which I'm going to let you guys vote for in the top right hand corner of the screen on YouTube. By the end of the race, if you guys say yes, we'll cease R&D after we've done an upgrade, and if we aren't, we're going to do one more in the next round in Malaysia, potentially. But our target today, guys, quickly, is 111 likes on YouTube, so if we could smash that, that would be quite amazing to do. And all I can say is like the video, guys, subscribe if you want more content, and on Twitch, all you got to do is hit that cheeky follow button or the heart, wherever it is on Twitch, and you follow, and you won't miss any action on the channel. But without further ado, let's go to the track then for the Singapore Grand Prix. Not what I wanted to do. It's the longest race on the calendar. I'm not looking forward to this. We'll see how it pans out, as it's now time for that one. As always, it's Crofty and Davidson once again. And sit back, enjoy. It's the Singapore Grand Prix. Here we go.
As the sun sets over the South China Sea, the sport that never sleeps is alert and raring to go. Welcome, under the bright lights of the Marina Bay Circuit, to another Singapore Grand Prix. It's a very long, very physical lap, this one, and really there's not much in the way of margin for error. So we have a bit of an endurance race for you tonight. Situated just 88 miles north of the equator, this 3.5-mile circuit is hot, it's humid, and is an incredible test for the drivers as they try to fight their cars around the bumps and in between the barriers. 23 corners take us twice over the bay to complete a single lap of this unique racetrack. The view is spectacular, the heat is unbearable. The race should be incredible. A tough race in store then for our drivers today, so tell me, Anthony Davidson, what will you be looking out for as the cars make their way down into turn 1?
Well, first of all, let's hope that everyone's well behaved and we can have a nice incident-free start. That initial release is going to be the most interesting thing. The clean side of the grid will be better rubbered in, so keep an eye out for cars over there potentially making their way through.
Aim to finish 11th or higher today.
So before the off, let's remind ourselves of yesterday's qualifying session with a look at the starting grid. Nico Rosberg will start his silver arrow from pole position, edging out Max Verstappen, who'll start from P2. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Ricciardo, Raikkonen, Sebastian Vettel and Bottas, Grosjean, Hülkenberg, Wehrlein and Rio Haryanto, Ericsson, Alonso, Sergio Perez and
There's more GP.
Sainz, Button, Esteban Gutierrez and Daniel Kvyat, Massa and Magnussen, Jolyon Palmer and Lewis Hamilton rounds off the grid. And with preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track.
So here we go, guys, on the grid for the Singapore Grand Prix. We start 14th, not where we want to be if I'm honest, but we were the only ones to set a time on the super soft tyre in quali. But look at this, lads, look at the rain that's coming my way at the end of the race. I am not looking forward to that, so my strategy I'm thinking here is to go on the soft tyre to start with and go as long as possible on this tyre before we switch it to the ultra softs potentially. It is going to be wet, so I do not have to worry about the mandatory tyre, of course, so that's definitely something I do need to think about. So this is going to be probably one of the most interesting races I've ever done in career mode, so this is going to be very tasty, I have to say. So we're going to stick with this strategy and we'll see how that pans out, but we may switch it to the super softs in case the rain doesn't come until like the last 2 laps. So we'll wait and see what you guys think. But before we go into it's the setup as always that I'm going to be running. It's the same one from AOR, but I've lowered the front wing down a click. So if you want to use it, guys, get a pen and paper ready right now and pause the video at any point if you miss any of the setup. And it has worked for me nicely. It's a great setup, good on tyre wear and good in turning as well, especially in the final sector. So if you want to use it, it's entirely up to you, but I feel this could work for us as well. Also as well, just want to quickly say, we also have a official Discord right now for the channel where you guys can talk to me a bit get closer to the action and talk to me about anything regarding F1, the series that I do, overtakes of the week, whatever you want to do there. And at the end of this stream, I will be in Discord and you guys can talk to me about this career mode race and the plans for Malaysia as well. So make sure to join the Discord, guys. It's in the description and the mods will post it on both Twitch and YouTube. So keep your eyes out for that if you want to come along and see me probably rage off air. So we'll see how that pans out. But it is now time for the longest race of the season and one that I am dreading right now. It's the Singapore Grand Prix. We are racing here in the streets of Singapore and it's a great start from us actually on the soft tyre. That's not too bad. And there's a Red Bull just not going actually. I don't know what's gone on there, but a Red Bull just did not go off the line. I don't know if that's a glitch or something, but I don't know if you guys saw that, but very worrying signs there, I have to say. Ericsson's in the points, which is a good start for a little more GP. So we're in 13th and 9th actually. Ericsson's on the ball right now. So we will have to keep an eye on the weather forecast and see if it's going to be a switch to the super softs, or if the track's going to get wet enough, we will have to jump onto the ultras. So we'll wait and see, but we're going to take the inside now of the Force India of Sergio Perez. We make a little bit of contact with him there, but we have to let him through because I think I pushed him a little bit. So we're back to where we were, back to square one in P12, but 2 positions gained already is not too bad. Nearly lost it there on braking to Perez. So what we can do now is just chill behind this train. I know all these ahead of us will be on ultras, apart from I think 9th upwards will be on that tyre. Ericsson's on the super softs, Perez is on the super softs, we're on the softs, and Sainz behind is on the super softs as well. So this is going to be quite interesting strategies here tonight under the lights of Singapore, but For us, we're just going to have to stay as long as possible on these tyres and pray the rain comes down by the time we pit. To make only our one-stop race here, but most likely it's going to be 2, if I'm going to be honest with you guys. So all we can do now is just manage these softs and go as long as possible on them. We've done about 4 laps of practice on these soft tyres, doing the track I can't pronounce the word. Basically the track thing in practice. So we'll see how that pans out. But on to lap 2 then of this Singapore Grand Prix, and it's not too bad. I'll take P12 at the minute, if I'm honest. As long as we can keep up the pace with Perez and my teammate, who are on those super soft tyres, we should be fine. As Carlos Sainz is all over me right now, but Haryanto is doing pretty well, I have to say. Here comes Sainz, our former teammate in the first 2 seasons of career modes, and he's right on the back. He looks like he's going for a cheeky move. He is indeed. He's trying to go around the outside of me, but not today, I have to say. And if a safety car comes out, of course, we can just stay on these tyres because we won't have to pit. And we can work our way up the field quite quickly. So we'll see if the safety car does come out. Over the Anderson Bridge, definitely a part of the track I'm not looking forward to, because last time we were here, I think we clipped the wall, an invisible wall on the Anderson Bridge, and we got away with just a little bit of front wing damage. So everyone's checking up now ahead of us. So, but really the surprise, the start, the Red Bull not getting off the line. I think it's the first time I've ever seen an AI car just not going off the grid. It could just be a glitch, but we'll have to wait and see on that. But so far we're keeping up the pace with Perez now, which is definitely a good start for us. A little bit of issue in the last corner. Verstappen needs the way, so I think it was Ricciardo who had the problem there, but Max definitely in a very good position in terms of his championship hunt. There's a bit of a gap behind Sainz now, so I don't know what's happened behind, but getting a little bit of oversteer there. So there is a bit of a gap now between 13th downwards, 13th and 14th, so I don't know what went wrong for someone, but for us, it means if we get past here by Sainz, it's not going to be a bit of, it's not an issue if I'm honest. Sainz has got DRS unfortunately, so it doesn't really bother me. As we go into the middle sector, where we've been actually very strong in, I have to say, which has been a bit of a surprise, because most of the tracks, the AI are quicker than me, so this is a rare occasion that I'm quicker than the AI in the middle sector on any track. So might just be traffic, but I'm actually bringing Sainz along with me to this train. It's starting to build up a little bit, I think, because of the tyre wear, so could be in with a little bit of sniff here, as Mad Dog's finally joined us, which is always nice to see Mad Dog back. But do remember guys, at the end of this stream I'll be going in Discord for a little bit, for about maybe half an hour, so if you want, and you've got any questions for me, any advice that you want to ask me about for your own YouTube channels, or want to start YouTube or anything like that, and obviously talk about this race, then join the Discord channel. It will be in the description guys, and also by the mods will post it at regular times during this race as Verstappen continues on his merry ways, posting lap fastest lap after fastest lap. We're only like 1 point odd seconds behind with the gap, as we have a little bit of a lock up there at turn 1. But we're doing pretty well to keep Sainz behind us, which is pretty good, as Massa behind is the fastest of all on the track. So Massa's going to be coming for us a little bit later in this race. So we've got to get out of the slipstream now of Carlos Sainz. He's going to get a good run on us here. And is he going to make the move done round the inside? He's going for it. We're going to have to hold it round the outside. A little bit of wheel banging there, but we're still side by side with our old teammate. So we go into the hairpin, we get the move done on Sainz, just about there, and we hold on just to P12 in this one. So as Massa's now joining the party now with our battle. So So the soft's not really working for me at the minute, but it will take a few laps to get them up to temperature. As all these guys around me will probably pit by about lap 10, I'm going to guess. Ultras will pit about lap 5, around laps 4 to 5. So we'll see how that pans out. There is a gaggle of cars up ahead, as you can see on the mini-map, and Verstappen's leading that, and he's actually got away from that train. So we're not far off that train, actually. So it isn't doom or gloom just yet, but if they keep doing what they're doing right now, that train, obviously we're not going to challenge Max Verstappen here in this race, as he's already crossed the line already. So we get a little bit of oversteer. And speaking of which, Hulkenberg blinks as the first man to pit off the Ultras. So as I said, 4 laps, so I'm thinking 5 laps is going to be the time when people pit.
This is 2 cars ahead of you.
Actually went to first gear there, so it has unsettled the car a little bit. A little bit wide though, and then he hit the invisible wall. Apparently he's been discovered at that corner. But Massa's got a brilliant run here on Carlos Sainz, and I think Massa's going to make the move done. He does indeed, and moves ahead. I think, is that Lewis Hamilton there? In 14th place, and if it is Lewis, he's done a fantastic job from the back of the field in that Mercedes, which is now the second fastest car in the field. It actually is Hamilton. Fair play to him. He's already moved up 8 positions off the grid, so a good job there from the Silver Arrows. So we short shift it up to seconds. We're going to just continue on, you know, just chilling. But Hamilton's doing very nicely here. Remember guys, 111 likes the target in this episode at Singapore. As we're already at over 120 people watching this on YouTube, which is absolutely fantastic. No idea what it is on Twitch, but if I'm honest, not really fussed about how many viewers we get over there, because I know not many people know who I am on Twitch just yet. But do remember guys, I will be doing a little conference session with you guys on the Discords, so make sure to join me over there after at the end of the stream finishes. But we're doing pretty well here. Here comes Massa with the OP straight line speed of that Williams, and he's actually going for the move on the inside. We have to hold it round the outside of Massa, and we did it quite nicely actually, so we are still holding on to P11 at this point, but I feel it's only a matter of time before Massa gets past us here and takes 11 from us, which I think is going to happen right now. That Williams is just too quick in a straight line compared to me with the engine boost of that Mercedes power unit. And he's going for the move. We're going to hold it around the outside again on Massa, and he actually lost it there, did Felipe. So Massa, I think he clipped the curb and lost the back end, and that's cost him a position to Lewis Hamilton, who's on the super soft tyre as well, and he's going to be the next man. But look at the train of cars up ahead. Look how many of them are there. But Max Verstappen is pulling away massively on the field, as we're just making a few mistakes here. Not what I wanted to do. We could maybe switch it onto the super softs, I think, but we just got to keep an eye on the weather forecast, remember. As we're only 4 seconds behind the train of Perez at the back of it, so this is actually from second, I think, to 10th, all in that train. So we're only about, I'm going to guess about 6 seconds behind the train, the lead train. So, and it is about a 30-second pit stop round here from going in, as Alonso's got issues with his car. As there are more people going into the pits now. Rosberg's in from the, I don't know where he was, but what tyres he going on? We won't know. I think he's going to ultra softs. Here comes Hamilton down the inside. As we just about hold it there. Just about, and we hold on to, we're actually up to P8, I've just noticed, so. Did a very good job here, holding off Lewis Hamilton, as Hulkenberg, who pitted, was the first man to blink, sets the new fastest lap of the race. So here comes Mercedes power versus Ferrari power with a an old spec Ferrari engine in this car. So we'll just take it easy here, hopefully, fingers crossed. It's pretty well actually, I've got to say. I'm happy holding off Lewis here and Massa for the time being. As I think they're starting to now lose a little bit of grip here. Just doing a little bit of short shifts right now, and doing very well to hold off Lewis here. We're only still 4 seconds behind the train, so we've not lost any time here to Perez, who still is the back of the train. So I've got to say, pace is looking pretty good now on these soft tyres, even though these aren't really the ones you should be driving on around here. Just trying to go as long as possible on these before the rain comes. Let's run a little bit wide. We've got some more people in the pits. Bottas is in, obviously now at Mercedes.
Bottas is pitting.
And Grosjean's in as well, I think. As here comes Hamilton down the inside again. Give him some room, and again we do the same thing, defending pretty well against Lewis. He's right on the arse right now of the back of our car, so definitely worrying signs here. We could be overtaken here twice in the space of a straight, but we're about to find out right now, as we're going to have to defend once again from that silver arrows of Hamilton, who's going for a late lunge. Just gives a little bit of a bang there, does Lewis, but we hold on just about. Otherwise we would have gone on the curb and we would have lost it like Massa did. And we just about hold on there, but I think Hamilton's getting a little bit impatient right now behind us. And he's got Massa as well to deal with, so all we're doing is just doing what we can do, really. Drop it into second as we go over the bridge. Basically parking the bus indeed. I saw the rain forecasted at some point in the race, so I thought, sod it, we'll just cheeky go on the softs. We'll be slower than everyone, but the last part of this race is going to be very, very, very interesting, I have to say. So we're about 15 seconds behind the race leader, Max Verstappen, I think is in the pits. I could be wrong, but Arianto continues on. I've got to say, Max Verstappen's going very far on his ultra soft tyres, which I'm very, very surprised about, unless he's pitted right now, which I think he has done. So Ericsson's up to P2, Hamilton's right on our back again, and Ericsson's actually fighting for the lead of this race. Obviously we know he has to pit, of course. So here comes Hamilton once again, and you know what's going to happen right now. And he actually doesn't get it done, so Hamilton maybe just got poor exits, maybe. So wait and see what he's got lined up for me as Lewis, but what I say at the minute, I'm happy to park the bus. I think park the bus strategy works because they're just going to take a very long time to catch up to me, burn their tyres off, and then they'll have to pit again. Well, we're just trying to stay out as long as possible on these tyres. Nearly hit the wall there on the inside, that would have been game over. Hamilton gets a good exit though, so we're trying to defend from him here. I think it's now time for a little bit of a cheeky park the bus moment again. But what if the safety car came out now? The scenes right now, because I would pit for super softs and we would be fine in dry conditions, but we'll have to ask Jeff in a minute about the weather. Not yet, but maybe at half distance, possibly. As they're still going, Perez and Ericsson, so Harrianto must have pitted as well, but we'll have to defend from Hamilton again. Can we do what we did in the last few laps? We've been battling at turn 1, holding it round the outside there, just about keeping it in within the limits there. Having 2 wheels on track still, so it is legit. But Hamilton is getting very, very impatient now. He will be pitting soon anyway, I think on lap 12 I believe it is. I think a lizard did come on the track, I feel, for Max Verstappen, as Ricciardo now fastest of all on the track. As we run a little bit too deep, Hamilton's great chance to pass us here. We have to take it very deep in that corner, give him a little bit of space, and he backs out of it, so we just about hold on there from our little mistake we made. Gave him just about enough room there, but as I think I'm now starting to get a little bit of a crowd behind me now, it's starting to form up behind me. Which is actually helping Marcus Ericsson here. This is actually helping the Little More GP get some big points here in the Constructors' Championship if we stay as we are right now. So this could work for us, potentially. This could work here. This strategy of holding the pack up potentially is a very good one. Not intentionally, of course. I'm literally driving myself really hard here. Just the softs just not working for me at the minute, which is a real shame. So we're about 8 seconds between each other, I think, Perez and Ericsson. So we're not far off the lead. As here comes Hamilton once again. But stays in line for the first time, so nice to see that. And Alonso again has got issues with his car. Not their day. Massa's still with us. And I think now is the time we may be overtaken again, lads. So we'll have to defend, get out of that slipstream from Hamilton, because he's going to get some very nice slipstream. That's all we can do, is just continue on. We've still got 21 laps to go in this one. I have to add, 21 laps of driving around this track is just horrible. This is the one track I despise so much. It just takes so long to do, and the concentration you need for this track is important.
VSC deployed. The virtual safety car has been deployed.
VSC.
Delta here. Slow down. Maintain a positive delta.
We've got a virtual safety car right now, guys. This will most likely be for Fernando Alonso, so if we can get round just before it ends, we could pit here. But I may just stay out. But we'll need to hear from Jeff in a minute. Weather report.
Light rain arriving in 15 minutes.
So we've got rain.
15 minutes till light rain.
15 minutes till light rain, guys. So the rain is coming. So this is going to be quite interesting, guys, now for strategy.
Slow your pace immediately.
Just trying to get it under the green. Obviously the delta. When it ends, I'm flooring it. And it's a bit of some advice for you guys there. When VSC is ending, you go for it. You don't get penalised unless you overtake someone, of course. But the scenes, guys, these guys will have to pit again around us, so this is going to work out beautifully for us right now.
Virtual safety
Right,
car
let's
is
go.
ending. Maintain your pace until the green flag. VSC ending. Wait for green.
VSC is ended, so it's a very short one actually. So we are back to racing speed. And that rain coming in 15 minutes, that's quite encouraging signs for us, I have to say. We lose the back end a little bit there. So I may tactically pit early for ultras and just try and keep track position. It depends how long these tyres can go for.
Light rain to arrive in around 10 minutes time.
Well, that was quick. It went from 15 to 10 minutes in the space of about, what, half a lap? So I may actually, as Magnussen's out.
They've got a serious car issue.
Magnussen's out of the race.
Looks like they're retiring.
A little wide through that corner. And back on again. Back end slides out a little bit. back on again. But yeah, Jeff's, don't know what Jeff's doing about the weather forecast. Oh, we've ran wide, Ryan. No. No. See, I'll make a mistake.
We suggest you come in as soon as possible, rather than risk it getting worse. We're considering switching to an alternate strategy. Do you want to change or stick to
For
plan
God's
A?
sake, Ryan. You absolute numpty. Why did I make that mistake? It had to happen, lads. It had to happen, didn't it? Strategy's just completely gone out the window now. But we're going to box now. We have to box. Can't believe I've done that. The bottle has happened, guys. And annoyingly, Hamilton comes out again as well. But we're going on ultras. We're just going to have to YOLO it now. We'll just see how long we can go on these fresh sets. We can go 6 laps on these. We'll get a new wing as well. We'll have to pray for the safety car as well. That's another thing. Raikkonen's coming into the pits as well behind us. But we have to go absolutely far on these ultras now.
No more scheduled pit stops.
Who's this coming out the pit lane? It's Hulkenberg. Hulkenberg's pitted as well. So everyone's pitting around us. So we've called it a little bit maybe. Raikkonen's going to soft tyres, surprisingly. But we just got to hopefully preserve these and hope the rain comes in like 5 minutes or something. And everyone pits around us. That's the only thing that can save us right now. We can absolutely floor up these, so as we're right catching up to Hulkenberg already, so maybe we should have gone super soft maybe, and then the ultras. Not sure, but at least we got the wing changed, and we've just got so much grip now, and we're catching Hulkenberg quite quickly, so that's another good sign for us. Hopefully we can get that speed we had in qualifying, do some quality laps here. So we've gone purple in the middle sector. Remember, the rain's going to play the factor here. Will people pit for wets? Or do I try and maybe pit for wets, maybe? I don't know, when the rain arrives, because we know it's going to be forecasted heavy rain at the end of the race. The last little bit, so maybe staying on inters, taking a pit stop. I'm not too sure. We have got DRS and Hulkenberg, which is very, very nice. Who's this then coming up the pit lane? I don't know who it is. Oh, we've locked up as well. It's Palmer. Had to be Palmer. I had to glance on the left-hand side who was pitting. So Palmer's in the pits, so that's quite interesting for Palmer. He's on the same strategy as us. We're going to have Rich Mix and Hulkenberg, so can we get the move done? We can't. We have got the fastest first sector though, even though we went a bit wide.
The gap to the car behind is 5.6 seconds.
We'll ring Jeff in a minute and see when the rain's coming again. But hopefully people pit, and that should play into our hands, hopefully, pray. Right on the back of Hulkenberg here. Very aggressive through this little section here. This could be a pass here, lads, maybe. Ericsson's still leads this one.
Right, the car behind has come in to put on the ultra soft tyre. That's the car behind, now on the ultra soft.
I've got to say, Ericsson doing a fantastic job for a little more GP here. He could go all the way here. Join us on the inters maybe. So the scenes right now. Right on the back of Hulkenberg now. Little touch there from the back of from us there. I think he's struggling for grip now, is Hulkenberg. So we could try and get him here at the end of before turn 1. Get the slipstream down the inside. Get the move done, and But up now to 17th. Next man is our former teammate Carlos Sainz again. We had actually quite a nice battle at the start of the race. So remember guys, top right hand corner to vote if you want me to seat R&D at the end of this race. We will be doing another upgrade as well, or 2 upgrades.
The gap to the car ahead is
So
5.8 seconds.
still got time to vote. Look at the gap of the cars up ahead though. So could be in here. Just check the tyres. Not even bad the tyres, I've got to say. The Ultra Softs, very surprisingly, quite well right now in terms of performance. We're putting away from Hulkenberg now, which is definitely what I wanted. As Ericsson finally pits from the lead of the race, so he's done a fantastic job there for Little More GP to lead quite a few of the laps, so well done to Ericsson. I think he's going to come out just ahead of me here, I think maybe by a few seconds, but he will be somewhere near the train ahead, so she's got quite a few drivers in it, so we're going to just come up to the back of this, as a lot of people will be pitting off the super soft tyre, remember. So I'd like to know what the lap time's going to be. 45 flat.
31.4 seconds.
A little bit of oversteer, as we've got Jenson Button, our rival actually, on the soft tyre. Next man, so I think he's trying to go to the end of the race. Weather report.
Light rain arriving on track in 5 minutes' time.
Rain in 5 minutes. Only 3 seconds behind Jenson now. And we are catching that train quite quickly here. Just giving it everything I've got now. Just pushing the limits right now on this car. Get the inters ready. I think the tyre wear is not going to be a problem for me on these Ultra Softs.
Okay, we don't think we're far away from some rain. I'll keep you
There you go.
updated as the conditions change.
Jeff's told me about rain. This will be the first time in very long time since F1 2010 I'm about to experience wet weather racing at Singapore. So this is going to be very interesting right now. Like in a race, rain, that's what I was trying to say. We can just see Jenson Button now in that McLaren. We can just see the difference in pace between a super soft a soft runner and a guy on the Ultra Softs. As we've got people coming in again. Ricciardo's in the pits. So Danny Rick's in. And we're up to 15. Vettel's in the pits as well, I believe. So we're now up to 14th. So we are actually on the roll right now. We've got to try and gain as many positions now before the rain comes. So don't count us out just yet. I think the win's out of the question, but I think some good finish, points finish here could be a definite possibility. As we're only 2 seconds behind now.
Excess fuel. We'll be back on target soon. Don't wait too long to turn the engine down.
Remember, I'm not bothered about fuel at the minute, because as soon as we get rain conditions, we're jumping to lead, and we are going to be fine on fuel. So I'm not bothered if we go under fuel here, but get a fuel warning light. I'm not particularly bothered at this point. Well, that's 17 laps then in this race. Just taking it nice and easy here. So Verstappen still leads this one. He's on another set of Ultras there. So interesting strategy there by Verstappen. And so he's been on, I think he's been on Ultras, Super Softs, and then Ultras, or he's on 3 Ultra sets. That's a very interesting strategy there from Max, I have to say. As some more people coming to the pits. So I think we're just going to be just outside the points here.
Gutierrez is in the pits now. He's just entered the pit lane.
So Gutierrez and Kvyat, I think, as well. Still no sign of the rain, so definitely what we want. Still going for it. Where is this rain? I really want this rain to come now. Because we could have gone on the super softs, I think, at the start. And gone to some ultra softs, or maybe do what Verstappen's done. But I don't see any rain anywhere. I could be wrong, but I've not seen anything yet. Right on the back then, and this I believe is for, I think, 6th place. I think so.
Our gap to the car in front is 1.7 seconds.
Gap's 1.7 seconds now. I think Max has to pit again. But if he's going to pit before the rain comes, like it's for intermediates, that would be quite funny. But stupid in real life from a race engineer's perspective. Still no rain, no rock. Has he actually pitted? I think Verstappen's pitted. Verstappen's in the pits. That's very surprising as Rosberg now leads this race. Very interesting call there from Max, I have to say. If it is who I think it is, or it could be Pascal Wehrlein. I'm not too sure, but I think Max Verstappen's just pitted. So that's very interesting. Weather report.
We should see heavy rainfall on track in about 10 minutes.
Yeah, but there's no rain. I don't see any rain on the track. Oh, I can see rain now. There's now rain on the straight here. So the question is, when is it going to be Inter's weather? And the AI have been very bad in the wet weather conditions, so this could play into our hands here. But the heavy rain is coming very quickly here, and we've still got 13 laps to go, or 12.5 laps to go for this one. Run a little bit wide. I still think we're on the right tyre at the minute. But if the conditions get worse, I think we will make the jump onto Inters very quickly. Because it is getting a bit tricky now, condition-wise. Sainz has gone wide. I think this could be the sign that I'm looking for. The question is, who's going to make the switch is the question. A little bit of spray, so I think, you know what? I've just seen spray on the tyres. I'm going to take a gamble here and pit, because I think the rain's going to get heavier right now, because it is intensifying a lot more. So I'm going to box this lap. I'm losing grip. Someone's going into the pits as well. So I think they know, as we've gone very wide there. And Jeff has actually just given us the call to pit. So that is definite call from very nicely there from Jeff. So we box now off the Ultras and go onto the set of the intermediate tyre. And it's actually Grosjean who pitted ahead of us there. As we'll head out of the pits, so definitely good call there, I think. Very nice call. So Jeff just called it last minute. So we're going to come out the box then. So Grosjean's the first man on the intermediates, and then it's me. So we're going to gain so much time as it's a very long lap here at Singapore. So a lot of people are going to lose out massively here. Unless a VSC comes out, which I hope does.
Okay,
well, there you go.
Disabled DRS. DRS is now disabled.
And they're not even at the final sector yet. They're not even at the final sector, so we could see some surprises here, I think. So Grosjean is going to be the first man. They're not even at the... They've just started the final sector now. So they're going to lose so much time now, the guys on the dry tyres. They've got to keep it on the track. So the comeback here, lads, could be on, potentially.
Heavy rain arriving in under 10 minutes.
More rain expected in 10 minutes, heavy rain. And you've seen in the past we've been pretty quick in the wet, so maybe a win is on the cards from a comeback here. We're going to get the wet tyres ready if it does come to that situation. Gap's 3.1 seconds to Grosjean right now. As Ericsson finally makes his way to the pit box.
Is pitting now.
So I think Rosberg's coming into the pits as well, so we're going to gain quite a bit of time here as we got away with that bang on the wall there. So we're going to gain quite a lot of time here on this pack. Don't mean we'll take ahead of like Rosberg and my teammate, of course, but this is going to be music to my ears when we cross the line. We're going to jump a load of people here. And we're up to 6th place, so that is definitely what I wanted right there. Up to P6, we're close to a top 5 here, which is quite an achievement for me in this car. Now the question is, when's it going to be wet tyres is going to be the next question, or if anyone gambles and stays out to the end of the race on these tyres is going to be the next question on everyone's minds. The gap is still the same to Grosjean, so not what I wanted, but we've bumped up the engine mode to standard, so we should be fine on this. So we're not getting the downforce we want. We're ahead of Lewis Hamilton again. So that was a definite good call there from us, as we've jumped a shed load of people. I think we jumped like 8 people. And we are catching Grosjean very quickly. Not by much, but we are gaining on the field ahead of us, slowly. So we gained 4 temps on Grosjean in the middle sector. We go into the Marina Bay sector, a very unique grandstand on the left-hand side there, which the cars go underneath. It's quite a very nice, very cool feature, I have to say, on this track. But it's all about being so careful on your throttle inputs here. Is the challenge here. Rosberg leads this race and have a massive impact on the championship even more, especially with Hamilton down in P7.
Okay, distance to teammate.
As we gain 6 temps there on Grosjean in the middle in the last sector, so we are on the charge right now. Make a little bit of a mistake at turn 1. As you can see, there is Grosjean, and we can see our teammate as well via the yellow dots indicated on the map. So we're a little bit wide though, onto the straight where the DRS would be, but it's been enabled, so I think the heavy rain's going to come right at the end of the race, and then will people pit for wets? Is going to be the question. We gain another 2 temps, we run a little bit wide. So we gain 2 temps on Grosjean in the first sector. Ericsson's just outside the podium positions as well. That would be a great achievement for Ericsson if he gets on the podium. Could we have the Verstappen? I think we've got the Verstappen glitch. I'm pretty sure Verstappen is somewhere ahead of us because he's not on the mini-map. And he is leading this race. So, well, he was leading. I think he's in P2, but I think there's those 3 which will go up to 3rd place. And there's a car ahead in the distance, which is, I believe, Rosberg, and then there's no one else. So I think we've got a bit of a glitch here with the mini-map. And Verstappen not appearing on the minimap, so That's interesting, I have to say. The question is, where's Verstappen? Is the question. Got to keep an eye, because you can see Rosberg's just crossed the line and he's leading this race. What's our lap time? 2:02. Not too bad. So you can see 4 people there on the map, and there's no one else ahead. So I think there's a bit of a glitch right now. So we've discovered another glitch on this game. So we've only got 9 laps to go then. Just going to take it easy here. Bump it up to Rich, you know, try and get some straight line speed. We are matching Hamilton's pace, which is quite good for us.
Gap to car in front is 2.8 seconds.
So careful right now. Taking a bit of a gamble here on Rich Mix, but if we're going to take Grosjean, I think we need to take some risks. I want to try and get as many points as possible here. But it's going to be a very strong showing from Littlemore GP, a double points finish. I think it's the first time this season, if it stays as it is, we're going to get double points. Both going to finish in the points. So great drive from Ericsson, great strategy call. Doing very well here. Just taking it so carefully on throttle here. Oh, went a bit too deep there. It's going to cost us a bit of time to Grosjean. The question is, who's going to blink first for the wet tyre? Is going to be the big question on everyone's mind. We're only 12 seconds off the lead, so not that far off. Especially with the broken front wing damage we had changed, we would have been a little bit closer.
We're not going to be able to run in this engine mode much longer. We're only about a lap over target. Drop down to mix too soon.
Taking it so carefully right now, but remember the stats around this track for us have been a DNF, a win and a DNF, so it's going to be, I was thinking it was going to be one of them two tonight, but most likely it's going to be a finish, which is definitely something that I want right now. Max is the wizard, I think he is a wizard of the dark arts.
The gap to the car ahead is 3.2 seconds.
Oh, that's the wrong button. Weather report.
We're expecting the rain to get worse within the next few minutes.
Oh, here we go. Lads, it's going to be heavy rain time. Heavy rain's coming right now. So expect the unexpected right now. Who's going to blink and go onto wet tyres? And who's going to be braving it out for the last few laps on intermediate tyres? I'm tempted to stay out to the end of the race, I feel. I'm just hoping the AI have got other ideas in pit, because they're only there, and it's what, 27-second pit stop, I believe, and there won't be many laps for them to catch up. So I've just got ideas in my head thinking what's going to be best. So I wonder what you guys would do in this situation. Would you pit?
Some information on Massa. They have an issue with their car. They're going to be slow.
What would you do in this situation, guys? Would you stay out, or would you pit for wets? So I can just see Ericsson there, so I'm catching up to Ericsson. I think me and Grosjean are actually catching up to him. Back-end slides, still setting some very nice pace right now, I've got to say. Still in the 202s on Inters is not too bad.
We're starting to catch the car in front, but we need to look after the tyres. We won't be making another pit stop.
Okay, Jeff's telling me not to pit again. I mean, the tyres aren't too bad, they're only on 9%.
The car behind is gaining on you by 0.5 a lap.
And that's not a sight I didn't want to hear from Jeff, that Hamilton's catching. People are saying people are split in decision on what they should do.
Our gap to the car in front is 3.1 seconds. The gap behind us is 4.3 seconds.
People are saying pits, some people say stay out. This is going to be very interesting. I have to say, as we take a big cut there, but we just got away with not with a warning there, as we kept at least 2 wheels on the track at some point there. But I think everyone is now starting to struggle right now. But we're catching, I have to say, we are catching the pack up very quickly, I have to say. So I think the AI are starting to struggle a little bit now.
Okay in this weather. We're watching the amount of standing water on the road. For now, we think it's safe to stay with the Inter.
See Jeff's even saying, I'm starting to see some puddles emerging by the reflections of the lights, the coloured lights. So that's definitely a sign that it's pretty close now. As Nico Rosberg is out of this race. The leader is out of. Oh, this is definite. This is a tough decision now.
Okay, slow down, slow down.
Oh,
Your delta is negative, which means you are too fast. Reduce your pace.
You know what, guys? Because of the situation now, we are going to pit for wets. We're going to box now for wets. We're going to take a massive gamble here. We're boxing now. Screw it. The virtual safety car came up at the right time there, and we are going to box now. We're going to box for wets. We're boxing for the wet tyre, lads. The gods have helped us here. Hopefully, we come out just as it's finishing. So come on, lads, get a move on here.
Complete, go now.
We're going to lose maybe another position into Carlos Sainz. We could be down to 10th place here. But oh, this is perfect. This is. Oh, if it ends now as I leave the pits. Oh, this is just gone perfect. Oh, even better. Oh my, yes. Come on. There we go. Have to go into lean for a little bit, but oh, just locked up there. Went wide there. Luckily, Jensen avoided that. So fair play to Jensen there for seeing me make that mistake. But this is just perfect timing. Thank you, VS. Thank you, Rosberg, for crashing out.
We're considering switching to an alternate strategy. Do you want to change or stick to plan A?
Obviously, we're going to struggle for a little bit, but this rain coming down a lot more, we just had to take that gamble. So Jensen's going to keep up with us for a little bit. I think these guys are going to stay out, I think, to the end of the race. I just don't see them hitting anymore, but we're going to lose a little bit of grip here, but I think some parts of the track is going to get even wetter, so
Heavy rain will be staying with us for
here you go.
now, at least a 20-minute window of heavy rain.
Starting to pull away from Jensen a tad. So I'm starting to form a little bit of a train now behind me, obviously due to me being on the wet tyre right now. But Verstappen, the ghost Verstappen, is still leading.
There's 5 laps of fuel remaining.
Is leading this race now. So I think Max is going to close the gap even more, and this championship's getting more exciting as we go along. So we're starting to lose a bit, not just getting the grip in these tyres, not to temperature. But pretty soon, everyone is going to struggle, and we're just going to pull away.
Our gap to first place is 33.0
So we're 33 seconds off the lead. If we've made a mistake at turn 1, we have to come back onto the track safely. As Jensen's trying to go for a move on us. I think he's actually glued us there. Did Jensen, the cheeky bugger. And they just can't get back on power. Oh, a little bit of contact there. Come on, Jensen. Jensen, come on. Go on. There you go. I think they're starting to struggle now. But we let Jensen back through from that little bit of contact we made. And I've just been speared right behind from Hulkenberg. He just pushes through, and he's actually he's got.
I've seen some good time set by drivers on intermediate.
Oh my god, Hulkenberg, you absolute numpty. Just get punted from the back from Hulkenberg, and then that happened. Thanks, mate. Thanks, Hulkenberg. Just because I checked up early for the corner. Wow, okay. Okay, back end went there. Let's come back on safely there. Nearly making contact with Haryanto of all people. How are these guys still out on Inters? How are they still going? How are they still going? I'm just mesmerised.
Okay, gap ahead is 0.9.
They surely should be struggling right now in heavy rain conditions. The track should be puddled with water right now. But how are they still going? It's just... what? Right now, they're even pulling away from me actually. Oh, I'm just scratching my head right now. It's like driving on an ice rink right now with this wet tyres.
Some information on Massa. It seems they fixed whatever the problem was. We're coming back up to speed.
Just got nothing. Literally got nothing on these guys on Inters.
There's 4 laps of fuel remaining.
How is they... I just don't understand. It's been raining heavily now for like, what, 3 or 4 laps? It should be wet by now, surely. Oh. Here comes Raikkonen, and just does me round the does me on. Oh, and we just pinned Raikkonen. We've just pinned Raikkonen. That is my bad on there, and we've lost even more positions. Any Kimi fan will not be happy with that. I'm not going to lie. Just the anger and frustration right now is just unbelievable. How can this game not make this track be puddled right now? It's been heavy rain for so long, and it's not, and it's a street track as well. It should be wet by now. I just don't get it. I just don't get this game. I don't get this. If they stay out on Inters to the end of this race, I am just shocked, really. I'm just falling down the order right now. Oh, I don't know. From a good position and a chance of winning this race, and then thinking the track's going to be wet enough, it's not even wet right now. We've only got 3 laps to go. We're not going to pit. There's no point pitting for Inters, but I'm just shocked right now is the word. You want flipping monsoon to happen. I can't even make the corners now. Under braking. Just not getting any temperature whatsoever, but so here, for example, I've got grip on them. I've got the grip in this first part of the lap, and then it's just gone in the middle sector. Just have to wait and see what happens. I think I'm starting to claw back some time here, as I'm right on the back now of Palmer. I think they're starting to struggle now. I'm thinking. Yep, I'm getting the grip now. Here we go. Get past Palmer. Thank you very much. So we're going to have 2.5 laps here to try and gain as many positions as possible.
We've only got 2 laps of fuel left.
So it's now come to this point in this race. Yep, I think I do agree with you there. The wet tyres aren't realistic on this game, but we've already pulled 2 seconds on Palmer. So I'm starting to get a little bit of feel now for these wet tyres. And we're closing in. We could get some points here, so I'll definitely take points.
Has a small amount of damage to the front wing, but it doesn't seem to be affecting performance.
So we're going to have 2 laps to go then. Oh my lord, that was close. We can finally see puddles emerging on the track. Finally some puddles. There the puddles, finally on the screen. From about, what, 5 laps worth of heavy rain. We finally get the conditions now. The AI are not going to pit now, which is annoying. So all we can do now is just pray that they go even slower as they are now, and we can just close the gaps down. I'm trying to work out, I think this could be for 9th place here, so we've got to get points. But just the rain has just trolled us here, the weather. But I think Verstappen's going to win this, so a lot of you are going to be very happy about that.
Gap to car in front is 1.2 seconds.
So we are doing a very nice job here. This is going to be the sector where we're going to gain so much time on the AI. Because it's all slow corners and not getting any grip in the tyres. Getting a very nice run here on Jensen Button. Can't get it done though. And this is for 9th place as well, so we just have to just stay in this train. Everyone is struggling for grip. A little bit of a drift, but we're going to take the inside on Jensen here. He left the door open. And now we're on to the final lap of this race as Max Verstappen. But we're just going to take positions as we go, as Haryanto again brakes very early. And I think 9th is going to be almost our expected position here, I feel. No, oh thank you Ricciardo, saved me there. Got a bit of damage on the front wing, but Ricciardo saved us.
Seeing minor damage to the front wing.
Even though we've got damage on the front wing.
We get it repaired.
So thank you Ricciardo.
Making this worse.
A heads up guys as well. Head over to the Discord right now if you want to have an end of race chat, end of stream chat. I'll be on for about 20 minutes
Fuel remaining.
as we now start the final lap of this race. So can we get some points here? I think we can, but let's try and go around the outside here of Ricciardo. Just can't get it done, but the grip here should help us, even with a bit of wing damage. We're going to make a late move on Ricciardo, and we get that move done, and we're up to 11th now. Going to go up to Rich Mix here, try and get past Pascal Wehrlein if we can. We've got a yellow flag behind,
Final lap of the race.
as Julian Palmer, unfortunately, is out of the race. Bit of a shame. Get a very good exit on Pascal Wehrlein. Going to brake very late. He's left the door open, so we're going to take that. So we're now up to 10th. We're in the points now. But the big story is going to be Marcus Ericsson is going to bring home a podium here for Little More GP potentially. As we're closing in on Hulkenberg, so we're going to try and get 2 points here. So at least we got something out of this race. We got some points, but we should have got more. It's been a bit of a bizarre one once again with the weather playing on us a little bit as Max Verstappen wins here in Singapore. But the battle's still going on as we're going to go around the outside of Hulkenberg. Oh, and he's made contact with us there, did Nico. Not very naughty there from Nico as the fireworks are going off, but we have got the move finally done on him. And most likely this is going to be our final position here. And I don't think we're going to catch up to Massa, who's too far up the road. And because of that, we're going to go into lead and just cruise it there. The fireworks go off there to the right-hand side of me as we go under the grandstand for the final time of this race. It's been a mixed bag, but from 14th, we've gained 5 positions in the race. We're going to beat our race objective as well of 11th, but we're going to get 2 points on the board. And a great race this is for Little More GP. Double points finish as we come through the final corner. We're going to get P9, 2 points on the board. Help us in the Drivers' Championship a little bit, but we'll take it anyway.
Good job, mate. Really
But P9 there for the race here at Singapore.
So another fantastic victory for Red Bull today. And I have to wonder, Anthony Davidson, just what set them apart from the competition here.
Well, the safety car completely changed the race, didn't it? It's hard to say exactly what would have happened without it, but there's no question that they came out of that situation in a good position.
So here come our winning drivers
Yes, lads,
today,
little more
and what
GPs
a
on the
race
podium.
it was.
Ericsson.
There's been a big push at the
Yes,
factory lately
Ericsson.
to get these cars ready, and we can see the fruits of that labour today as Red Bull lift the winner's trophy.
So there we go, lads. Little more GP is on the podium, but it's not me, it's Ericsson there. Great job from him. His first podium in F1. Perez in P2 as well, props to him, but Max Verstappen wins this race and will close the gap down even more in the Drivers' Championship. Here's Crofty and Davidson once again.
And after this round of the World Championship, here's how things look in the drivers' table. Well, the lead at the top has come down after a poor result for our points leader. Moving on to the driver of the day then. Anthony Davidson, who would you go for?
Oh, well, it's got to be Lewis Hamilton. He was fast, decisive, everything you'd want from a top-class driver.
And now let's take a look at the constructors' standings. We saw a dip in form from the championship leaders today. Their lead has taken a significant blow. Another team that will be satisfied with this Grand Prix is Sauber, whose good
some more
results
GP.
leads them further up the championship. Well, what a weekend that has been. Please join us next time for another thrilling instalment of this Formula One season.
So here are the results then. Verstappen wins by 11 seconds from Perez. Excuse me, with Ericsson getting his first podium for Little More GP in P3. The French baguette gets P4, Romain Grosjean. With Hamilton, props to him from 22nd last on the grid. He comes home to get P5. A brilliant job there from Lewis. Vettel P6, Sainz 7th, Massa 8th, myself in 9th, and Pascal Wehrlein gets the last points paying position on there. So, and the retirees of the race obviously were Jodian Palmer, Magnussen, and the big one, Nico Rosberg, driver of the day, Marcus Ericsson. Yeah, you could say that. But for the championship, we stay where we are on 48 points, but Max Verstappen's up to second place now, and 3 drivers are now covered by 20 points. So it's going to be very, very interesting the last few rounds of the season as we go to Malaysia in the next round of the championship. In the constructors, we now up to P6 as we jump both Manor, McLaren and Toro Rosso from our double points finish here. So that's definitely what we want, and only 54 points behind Williams. So is there a chance? Possibly, but we'll see how we get on in the next race there, guys. So we're going to find out now what you guys have voted for in the vote that I put up at the start of the stream. Are we going to cease R&D at the end of this race? We are going to find out right now as I'm trying to find the stream. There we go. And I did pin Raikkonen, and you guys have overwhelmingly said that you want me to cease R&D, so we're going to do that right now. Guys in the chat, vote right now, type what upgrade we shall go for. We've got quite a lot of resource points to use up here if we're going to cease it, so we're about to find out as we're back in the purple. Oh no, we're not, we're still one off the maximum there, which is a bit of a shame, but we are going to cease R&D, guys. So the first thing that pops up in chat will be the upgrade we will get as we will cease it right now. I'm thinking a big one, if I'm honest with you, because I want to get somewhere close, but maybe chassis or downforce will be the ones that we go for most likely. But we're going to seize R&D, but before we find out which one's got the vote, make sure to go to Discord right now, as I'm going to be doing a very short conference with you guys. So if you want to join, it's completely free. The mods will post it in the chat, and it will pop up on the screen in the chat as well. On the no, we're not going to do fuel. Fuel's too much, too less. If we had enough resource points, I would have gone with fuel and a big one, but we don't need fuel. Fuel's fine. Fuel is fine, I feel. It doesn't make any odds, really, in this session, so... Downforce. Yep, I think downforce... I think chassis weight could help us a little bit, if I'm honest, but... Fuel and drag, downforce... Okay, a lot of you are saying downforce, so we're going to do... You guys are the decision makers, so... We're going to do downforce, so we're going to confirm that. Plus, C's R&D as well. So that is it. We cannot do any more to the car right now, and that is us done and dusted for the season on there. So we're going to wrap it up there now, guys. The next race will be tomorrow at Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur, for the next round of the championship. So make sure to check that out, guys, on there as well. Make sure to like the video, guys, and subscribe if you want to see more content on this series and other stuff as well. But until next time, guys, I will see you tomorrow for a brand new video on the channel. But until then, I'll see you guys in Discord in the next 5 minutes, as I need to vent myself with this game with the wet conditions. But until next time, guys, I'll see you next time, guys, for a brand new video. Until then, see you guys tomorrow. Have a good night, guys.